Are you sure you want to do this?
I told you I'm sure I'm going to do it, but like I told you, don't expect these mitts aren't going to go to work later.
This guy's the one that said he wants to be a power slap champion.
I'm waiting.
All right,
I'm
bro.
waiting. Now, let me see what you got. I know you've been waiting for this for a while anyway, so let's do it.
Not what you used to. It's all part of the game.
Let's kick it off like we always do. Let's banter some bullshit up.
Man, you know what's crazy, bro? I sit across from you right now, and I know you're a Patriots fan, and you brought that bullshit over to the Raiders, and I'm going to tell you right now, we had this talk last week. Oh, they're going to go to Buffalo and do this, and Josh McDaniels this, and da-da-da. Bro, they suck ass.
All right,
and it breaks my damn heart, because I'm telling you right now, it's time. He's going to get fired. He has to be.
I hear you. And it's so funny because I just complimented this man on his team's colors.
That's
silver,
fine.
black, and white. And then I also want to say, Joe, you definitely do not like the Raiders, even though you're a Raiders fan.
I love the Raiders. I love the Raider Nation. I'm tired of this mediocrity bullshit that's going on.
Gotcha.
And just win. Dude, it's not going to matter about changing coaches, changing the staff, changing the players. It's time for Mark to sell it.
Can
it's
I
got to
agree
get
to
in
this?
Football hands.
Can we agree to this? Every year, what do I tell you? Your team looks good.
Yeah, they don't even matter.
I mean, yeah, man, but yeah.
And God bless all the people that play for the Raiders, and I always want them to do well, and I always be a Raider fan. I don't have no choice. I've dropped this shit many times before and talked about it many times before, and it's hard, and it's frustrating, and it doesn't get any better. I mean, they said Jimmy's going to save them, but again, we're only 2 games in, so we have a lot to see.
We got to look at the quarter mark and the 8 mark, but. I mean, try being from Michigan and your team being the Lions, right?
Well, they're doing better than your boys right now.
Well, yeah, now.
Now.
It's been decades.
I literally
Decades.
became a Patriots fan because the Lions were so bad.
I stopped watching all sports for 10 years. I'm just now getting back in after 10 years watching some sports.
And you know what, dude? He's right about that, because I still remember back in the day, Imrod over here, he came in, like, I didn't see him for a while, about a year, and he came in and nowhere, and we were talking, and he was all, what's up with the Raiders? And I told him the record, they're like 2-11, and he just looked at me. And he's like, man, that's like the Lions. And I go, yeah, it's getting there, bro. It's pretty damn bad.
But there's something sweet about losing for so long and starting to win. It feels good, man.
It does.
But they dropped that game this week. See, the thing about this NFL now, it's so competitive, it's just crazy.
Yeah, we lost some key players.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of injuries that happened this week. A lot of big ones. Barkley's out again. We got Nick Chubb that's out for the year.
Facts.
And then we've always gotten to this banter about how I look at the NFL about certain shit. And you got Mr. McVay,
Sean
McVay, coming out and said, "Well, I didn't know the point spread was affected by that. I didn't even think." Dude, are you serious, bro?
Bullshit.
You're gonna kick a field goal. Okay, you're down by 10. The spread was 7.5.
Facts.
Guess what just happened?
Yep.
Why even do? What are you doing at that point?
Lying through his teeth.
Yeah, I just don't understand what he's trying to do or say. But you just look at what's going on.
Right. So in case you guys don't know, this is Off the Script podcast.
Yes, it is.
And if you like sports,
Yep.
obviously, comedy. What else we do? Banter. Current events.
Current events.
It's going to be a lot of stuff.
And if you ain't laughing, you ain't living.
That's
I'm telling you
the
right,
facts.
baby. That's what we got to do on this.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's definitely where we're at now, man. I love it, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. And I'm looking forward to this. And, with Ill Son over here, or Lance or left field, whatever I'm going to call him for the thing. And then, my dear friend, Mark Rodriguez, Emrod, I'm not going to go through his, as I said before, like, when Apollo Creed was in Rocky IV and all the names he has. Because Emrod's got a lot of them, too. So this is going to be fun. So
it is.
We're looking forward to hearing all your thoughts and banter us back and everything else. So we're going to let this rip.
Yes, absolutely. Definitely. This is your guys' podcast, too. So
yeah, exactly. Let's do
dog.
it, man. Let's do it.
So, hey, do you want to get into Flip the Script,
Absolutely, man. Let's see what we got going on today.
Yeah. Let's do it, man. What we got going on?
Number 1, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, wow.
Why the UAW is fighting so hard for these 4 key demands in the auto strike.
Well, this hits home for you two, right? Being from Michigan, I mean, there's a lot of, that's where they make a lot of automobiles and everything. All the big ones are there, correct?
It's been happening for a long time, dude. A lot of plants and car factories have closed.
Right.
Fabrication factories.
Exactly.
There's so much business in that. And Mark, I mean, especially because Mark's from closer to Detroit. And
right.
That's
That's the heart of it, man. That's the heart of it. And I think, to me, when I see this now, I mean, dude, in the last 6 months, you have UPS that almost did it. Okay, the Teamsters are one of the biggest ones ever. You got the riders are still on strike. SAG's on strike. This is on strike. We just got out of the P word. Well, no, we got out of the pandemic and all this shit going on.
Yep.
And it's getting to the point now, like, what is really going on? Like, I mean, you got to look behind the lines of what's going to happen.
People are taking action. That's what's going on.
That's true, too, man.
You know,
that's
I
true
mean,
too.
like we discussed, like, you know, even the gas prices in California
there you
right
go,
now.
Bro.
And, you know, if people took action, we could definitely get that, you know, but people got to go to work. People got to drive their vehicles.
No, I mean, because they have you all grabbed like
they
this.
do.
And see, I think it's more they want to push the electrical even more because of this.
Yes.
And that's what's really sad about it.
Well, and it's, you know what time of the year it is. So that's why it all... It's election time, baby. You know what time it is. So that's why we're at $6 a gallon in California.
It's just so sad to see.
It is sad. It is sad.
I wonder if this I know that as far as the writers and actors strike, this is the first time in so long that they've been striking at the same time.
Yeah.
But now seeing, has there ever been a time where this many strikes has gone on?
I mean, if we want to really back and check, I'm sure it's got to be.
Prohibition times, there was probably a lot of stuff going on.
Prohibitions, that's when they were trying to starting them, I believe.
Yeah, because when you think about this, the fact that we have social media so people can actually band together and come in droves, and the fact that technology is advancing so quickly, people are scared. People are going to lose their jobs, and a part of that is part of the natural evolution, but... It ain't going on without a fight, and a fair future versus whatever the higher ups or the 1% want to play this like a monopoly.
You're right about that. Very
Absolutely,
well said,
dude.
brother. Like, you know, I mean, we're just firing it off right now. Whatever else is thinking, and like you said, it's actions.
It's actions.
You know, so it's. I hope it comes settled down. I mean, that gas fluctuates so much
all the time. But
I mean, now, dude, I saw it floating over $6 today. That's why, like. Bro, I love my Costco card. Shout out to them.
Joe, did you say you're going to start riding a scooter?
Oh, no, we already tried that. And I'm good with that. And I had a lot of talks about that clip that I did back in the day, you know. And I'm going to tell you what, after doing that, I talked to a few people, and I know some people, they ride them damn things drunk, and they talked about the same thing I did. When you grew up, the gas was on this side. Or the brake was here. Now the brake is here and the gas is here on them damn things. But, dude, I heard so many people that get twisted on those things, and they crash and get fucked
You bite
up.
the dust.
Exactly.
Especially if you get it going.
Them things are dangerous. I ain't messing around with them no more.
You just gotta ride it safe and be coordinated.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with that.
And bring your helmet.
Right.
The helmet ain't going to help. Shit. What are you going to need to wear a face mask? That's the only way it's going to work out.
Oh, you with the Raiders face mask?
Hell no. You wouldn't.
Riding that scooter down the road, could you imagine?
All right.
That video would already go viral.
Okay, maybe,
the one that you already made.
Okay, I know.
It's hilarious.
Maybe, hold on. I still got my lid at home. Okay. Maybe later down the road, as we getting this moving, we'll make some kind of wager.
Yeah.
And that will be, and I'll try, but I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to have a will written out, the whole 9 yards, just in case you never know what's going to happen.
You know,
Them
it's
things
so
are
funny.
dangerous to me.
You know, it's so funny, bro, and we'll get out of this, but that Instagram post you posted with the apron on making cookies.
Oh, dude.
Did you guys?
Fire, bro.
That was fire.
You know what's funny? When I did that shit, I hit a markup and I go, I did. He goes, what? I go, check it out, bro.
That was
I'm
funny.
going to tell you, I'm going to start doing the whole shit now. I'm going to do the plants. I'm going to do all kinds of stuff. It's going to be fun.
Where can they find you at?
The Real Joe Rosati.
There you go.
You say that a little bit deeper?
The Real Joe Rosati.
All right. What we got next?
I flipped the script. 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Yeah. Hey.
Deion Sanders.
You know what?
You said it earlier. Say it again. Let's see him beat.
No, I mean, I want now he's getting into some big dogs, but I'm going to tell you right now a couple of things I want to say because I'm, you know what, I'm not a huge Deion fan, but I have a lot, dude. How can you not respect him? He's a Hall of Famer. He, you know, he's the best DB ever play the game. I mean, you can argue about that in different ways,
sports.
but you know, but I mean, he did come out and say Bo was a better athlete than him, which I always debated with people. But what he's done, turning this program around and see where it's going. And, you know, the whole portal system in college has also helped him a little bit, which it's so crazy. But I'm going to tell you what, because I recently went back to Salinas, California. What's up, all of my peeps, especially the Mercado family. I'm giving you a shout out now because you guys busted my damn balls about it. I love you guys, and I love everyone back there. But I was talking to a couple people, dude. Everybody's betting Colorado
big time.
because I mean, I think right now they're getting 22.5 or 23 against Oregon.
Yeah. Well, like bro, I'm telling you right now, nobody would these athletes wouldn't be there without that portal system. So you're totally right.
Yeah,
dude.
it's totally
they wouldn't
changed
be in Colorado.
the game. It's just it's crazy. It's not what it used to be. But everything has to change. But the thing is about when you watch him, and he's got these kids inspired to play, but he's also got a great staff around him.
Yeah, big time.
He's got a lot of NFL players.
Yes.
I mean, Sap's been over there.
Those guys been with them for a long time. I think Sap's signing a contract next year.
Yeah,
he's going to be full-time coach.
Is it Pat Schumer?
Yeah, Pat Schumer.
He's the
Warren
OC,
Sapp,
I believe. Yeah,
he is.
I mean, that guy's been in the NFL for a long time. So, you know what? I want him to do well. It's interesting to see because it's got college football excited outside the SEC.
Yeah.
I mean, now there's some new, and now SC's going to be good. And we'll see what he does the next 2 games. And I'd love to see him win one. I mean, I'm not hating on him, you know.
Yeah, I get it. It definitely can come off, but he has the resume to back it up, right?
Right. No.
Yeah. And also he's just such a great speaker. I think like him, Hali, all those guys, they just are so well at.
They just got it.
Yeah, they do, man. Like,
well, he don't give a shit.
He says is
no.
Like,
I mean, like he was talking about the other day. I don't care what you think, your opinion of me. And then I think a lot of people need to take that and run with it.
Everybody in the nation right now is saying we here. And that's something that he's coined in the last, and I don't want to see him lose. I love this little Cinderella story.
I love the whole thing about the guy brought up the other coach from Colorado State talking about the shades, and who gives a shit?
That game was close too.
No, it was a rivalry game.
I know. I mean, every game they've won is close.
Yeah, I mean the TCU game. I mean. That was very close. That was a great
really
win.
Close.
But
then
again, I don't think TCU should have been the championship game last year. But I don't deal with the polls in the system.
That's how that goes.
Exactly.
I'm gonna flip the script on you guys real quick.
What's up?
Deion Sanders, what he's able to do by bringing people together at a certain place. Is there any other coach out there, or maybe previous player, that you feel like can do what he's doing right now? Or has done what he's been doing right now?
I think he's one of a kind. And if he sits on your mama's couch and tells you, I'm taking care of your boy and turn him into a man, you're going to listen.
Now, I'm going to tell you something.
Even with that cowboy hat on?
Yeah.
I saw a press conference the other day with Saban.
Saban's fire.
Okay, after they lost to Texas.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. But what he did for those young men, they were trying to get up and sit down, and he sat there and just gave them all the praise and how good they are. That showed a lot about, we don't see it all the time, because now it's opened the floodgates with the portal system. It's crazy because now they're getting paid and everything else. And they can move, and
these college coaches are nothing like NFL coaches. That's why a lot of them struggle when they get to the NFL. But in college, there's so many behind the scenes things that go on.
We don't ever see.
You're grooming a young man, to be a better man, and that's a lot of their sell points for sure. All the great coaches have that trait, for sure.
Exactly.
How long until he goes pro?
Who, Deion? I think, bro, because he started coaching his son in grade school and high school, and he's everywhere he's coached him. So, I mean, if he does
I wouldn't rule that out. And I'll tell you right now, if he did ever become a head coach in the NFL, it's hands down, he's the best player that became a head coach. It's not even close.
He's said though in interviews that he doesn't want to be a professional head coach. He wants to coach kids.
Yeah.
That's where it's his calling. That's what he said.
No, I mean it makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, when you get old enough, then they become,
I mean, look at Urban Meyer. Right? Urban Meyer couldn't even get through a full season, bro.
Right. Yeah, I mean, he was a great college coach. Nick Saban went to Miami and shit the bed. Yeah, it's a tough transition because now it's grown men with paychecks.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All right, number 3, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, Tucker Carlson himself, Mr. X, Fox News, now on X.
Let's look at this guy. Look at this guy.
You know why he's in the news right now?
Why don't you let us know, Will?
Well, I don't want to go too far into it because I know everybody probably already seen it. And I love Obama. But his latest interview was really crazy, dude. He had some whistleblower, as they call them, and he made some accusations about being in a relationship, sexual, with President Obama. I mean, to me,
it goes back.
Is this clickbait or is this?
It goes back to me about what I learned in high school a long time ago. People might not think I was a good student, but I was decent. All you need is like 1 or 2 sources to make a story.
I know.
And that's always, and that's the whole AP shit, you know, the Associated Press when they do that.
Absolutely.
And that shit to me, I mean, that's what it comes down to. And he's got a name. He can do what he wants to do. And it's at the end of the day with some of this news, it's not news, it's more entertainment for people to look at.
My thing is with him is why say you're going to be like, you're going to stay out of politics, but everything he does is a reach at politics.
No, right? No, I got you, bro.
I mean, the guy went from Fox News to having his own platform, which he got paid handsomely for. Right. So I you know, you can't hate on the man. I mean, he's making millions of dollars, but you know, just pick one side, dude. And if you're gonna bash an ex-president, you know, it's like it's became the trend since Trump, since everybody. It's became a trend to dig up the past on people and throw it in their face.
That's what they do, man.
Hey, you know, was it Chris Rock that was talking about him back in the day when Obama was office? It was like, man, they're trying to find something to him. They can't find anything. He don't owe nobody $20 or nothing.
I mean, let's just call it what it is. Back in the day with Monica.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, how much do you think someone got paid to put that story out?
A lot of money, especially at that time.
You know, it's unbelievable. It's just how these stories break and what people get paid for them.
Bro, I was looking it up, and if you get a picture of like Justin Bieber or like one of these celebrities that are, you know, hard to get to, you get $150,000, $200,000 for those photos. And if you get a rare one, it's even more. You know? It's crazy. And they all keep their watermark on there.
I was too damn big. I couldn't hide anywhere. Shit, I been able to hide since I was 10 years old.
Hiding behind that plant.
You would just have to be gorilla style and
I think we'll do a picture like that.
You would just be in people's faces and they'd be like, "No photos." Oh, I don't care.
That fits off the script. I'll just hide behind the tree.
I think there's not even sideways, bro.
Not even sideways, man. I love it.
Speaking of that, 3, 2, 1. Last one. ESPN's Shannon Sharpe roast Jet QB Zach Wilson.
This is a great one.
Break this down for us.
Okay, so
let's hear this. Thank you, Mark. Thank you.
Shannon Sharpe said one of the funniest things I've ever heard. It cracks me to this day.
Hunk's crazy.
And I love Shannon Sharpe, and I respect him for so many reasons, even though he was a Bronco, I'm a Raider fan. The guy was a great NFL player. He's a Hall of Fame player. He's such a great personality. I would love to meet him one day.
You've always said that.
Yeah, he's just a cool-ass dude.
Right.
But when he comes out and said, Zach Wilson couldn't play dead in a horror movie, I lost it, dude. That's one of the funniest things I've heard in a long time, and he's so articulate in how he delivered it. But then I look at it, and that's some real shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, because we're in a society now of sensitivity and PTSD for some people and what this does. So you look at it that way, dude, what do you do if you're Zach Wilson?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, what are you going to do? Because...
So it even ties back to the Ryan Clark and Tua stuff. Remember, he called him, he said he was, you know, gained weight and stuff, and Tua took it really serious. But for this, man, I mean, I think the proof's in the pudding. You know, I think we had I'm not going to go there. But at some point, you know, you pull up we had something where we were discussing the quarterbacks that didn't make the Super, you know, like just because you're a high draft pick doesn't mean that you're going to be a fucking sure win.
We've seen it so many times
before. So many times. I mean, the guy looks good for a minute, and then, you know, it's just, I thought under Aaron Rodgers' tutelage, and it's unfortunate what happened to Aaron, but under his tutelage, I thought maybe Zach would have got a little bit, but, I mean, it's just, you know, he like Shannon said, man, and that's why Shannon has a space now, you know. It's crazy, though, they were going to fire him. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either,
was crazy.
But I think it's funny now. He's called Stephen A. Skip a couple times.
That's hilarious. And he does it all the time.
No, he does it all the time.
I feel bad, you know, because I know he gets so pissed. You see him when he does it on camera. He's like, you know, basically. But, yeah, it's crazy. He does it. Skip. He's like, I'm Steven.
It's pretty comical, man. Like, because, like, Shannon, that whole segment's good. And then if you go over to Skip now, bro.
A little weird over there.
Yeah, no, I mean, he ain't got nothing to say. I mean, they're all ripping him apart, dude.
He's probably afraid to say anything.
Yeah. Well, and I think the fact of that he's been bashed so much for the way he's conducted himself for the past, you know, 5 or 6 years. I guarantee you people at Fox are like, you need to tone this back and you need to let these guys speak a little bit more, you know. Your little, you know, plot isn't working anymore. So but yeah, I hear you, man. Shannon and Stephen A. is funny for sure.
I think the best way Zach Wilson can capitalize on this is to actually get casted in a horror movie as somebody that dies, and then put that out there and just be able to capitalize on, make a little money.
Well, you got a script, don't you? That'd be interesting, right?
He's a good-looking guy. Yeah, he is.
It'll be a name.
Yeah.
It would be a name.
He could put some makeup on. And
I mean, you know what? With all that going on, I hope he balls out. I mean,
he's
got
a
a little
player.
bit of
It's tough.
It's tough. Dude, the game is not easy.
It's not
at all.
And he's lost all of his confidence when they got Aaron Rodgers. Come on, man. We brought your replacement in, and we're having him teach you now. Right.
I mean, I'd love to talk to people that start talking smack, when I'm working or just in general. I can't believe you didn't catch it. Like, dude, did you play football at any level? Do you know how hard that is when you got people beelining over the middle about ready to take your head off?
And you're the quarterback.
And you're the quarterback or even a receiver and you try to catch a ball. That thing is humming.
That's hard in high school. Then you get to college, like, oh shit, this is way more fast.
Faster,
and then you go even to the NFL.
Faster, stronger.
Well, they have to know every position's where they got to be on the field at all times. That's so much a mental thing, That's why, I hate to say, but I love to say Tom Brady was the best. To me, Joe Montana's right there, but Tom Brady, the fact of the studying of the tape. I seen it today. It was funny. I should have brought it up in the last segment with Deion, but he sent a message to Shakur Stevenson, his son, and he goes, Shakur Sanders, and he goes, he needs to stay out of that car and get get his ass in the film room.
Right.
So I mean, that's what makes great quarterbacks. So I don't any of these guys that people say suck couldn't even hold their jock.
No, they can't.
Strap.
And that's when it comes down to with Shannon saying the words he did. He's allowed to say whatever he wants
he
to
is.
say.
Won 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah, where he's at in the game.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. When that old shit went down with him and Skip, bro, show some respect, man. That guy was the man.
He was. Yeah, that's why he's
I just watched that.
There.
I just saw that clip the other day with him and Saragusa when they were with the Ravens and shit. That was the best Hard Knocks ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Shit.
Oh yeah. When they impersonated him.
Yeah.
And his colonial accent with the underbite. Yeah, it's funny. You were talking about a TV show that I put you on, right? I want to take.
Well, you didn't put me on. I finally got Hulu.
Let's hear it.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to tell you right now. this Winning Times, and I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
It's in my top 5 right now of all time, and the thing is, now they're gonna drop it. That's the rumor, and they gotta keep going with it because it's so good.
Yeah,
I agree. Then you hear the different horror stories about the Buzz fam. Jeannie's fine with it.
Yeah,
it's the whole thing with West is upset and a couple other people, but dude, they've done so well with the writing, the acting's phenomenal.
Yep.
The period of the timepieces and the wardrobes and everything they've done. They did such a good job. And what I love about it most is breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah.
We watch a lot of shows and we watched a lot of theater and we watched a lot of movies. You don't see people looking into a camera like this and saying their life. It's so
especially in this style of film. Like the cinematography and the direction is crazy.
The casting was phenomenal.
They did such a good job
to make John C. Reilly a sex symbol.
Right.
Somehow
hilarious.
It works perfectly.
It does.
Oh my God!
I heard he's in character before he even gets there.
Oh, that's who he is. He's method all day.
Yeah,
and I'm sure Adrian Brody, dude. He killed it.
Such a good Pat Riley. I feel like he's Pat Riley.
Yeah, he killed it.
He does. He always kills it.
No, he's a great, phenomenal
actor. The actor, like you said, man, everything the acting down to the wardrobe, everything is spot on. For sure, dude. I agree.
And, I mean, I hope that someone will pick it up. And then again, they're saying about the season, well, because they don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going to happen. I mean, Mastermind over here might know what's going to happen. But I don't think he does, or he'd already know.
I don't know.
Put some money down on that, right?
Right, exactly, bro, exactly.
So, dude, there's something, I want to talk a little bit about, but I don't want you to go overboard. We haven't discussed this in a while, but
here we go.
I want to talk a little bit.
Fired up.
I want to talk a little bit about horse racing, right?
Okay.
Now, don't overdo it.
Okay.
I want to talk a little bit about it because the people at home, people that are listening, we say sports. We talk sports. We talk all this stuff. Give us a little, the beginner stage. If I want to go place a bet, and we're not, if you're 18 and up, gamble. But if you're not, stay away from it.
Well, first and foremost,
but what would you tell somebody?
I would get in arguments with people. It is a sport. When you have,
we'll start there.
When you have a 5 foot 4'11" person, woman or a man who weighs, $115, $125, staring at 1,200-pound animal. It's a beautiful thing to actually watch racing, and anybody wants to actually learn. And when you sit there and read on the past performances, what each race is, where they're at the quarter, at the half, and when they finish, to watch how when you read it, it tells a story, and then to see the horse what it does, it's unreal. I mean, but there's also, in the time we're in, you want a lot of people, the cruelty to the animal. Yeah. And they don't, I mean, and they've done very, very well, the Jockey Club and everyone else, getting the regulations right, making sure the testing's good. It happened at Churchill before the Kentucky Derby. Some horses were broke down, and they got rid of the trainer. Yeah. One of the Hall of Fame trainer, Bob Bradford, he's out. He's still suspended from the Kentucky Derby because they found steroids on the horse. You don't see as much as you do here. Overseas, you don't see it at all.
So these are so basically what I've gathered from what you've just said is that these are pretty much like supreme athletes.
Yeah, they're athletes. They're athletes. I mean, to watch a real
steroids involved.
A real thoroughbred.
What the thoroughbred?
It goes down to breeding.
Yeah, gotcha.
I mean,
they breed
when you
like
see some of these animals, some of these horses are, there's been horses purchased for millions of dollars.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And it goes back to the breeding, and it's a huge business. It's $1 billion business. Yeah. Everybody knows about it.
And that's not even the gambling part.
No, that's not. That's just the horsemanship.
Gotcha.
And these animals, for what they are, I might get some backlash from people, but what I've seen, and I've known owners, and I've seen how they're treated. I mean, they're taken care of very well. I mean, they finally are trying to take care of the problem. But as far as the betting goes.
Well, all right. Break this down, bro. Break it down.
You can bet a horse to win.
Gotcha.
Place, which is second.
Right.
Or show, which is third. Okay.
Gotcha.
And you do those, they have to be $2 denominations. And the odds dictate how much you pay. So if you put $2 down, and the horse is 5 to 1, you're gonna win anywhere from $10 to $12, depending if we're the favorite, doesn't hit the board and everything else. Then you have exactas, which is first and second. Okay, so if the horse if you have an exacta, and then you put the one horse here, and then you put the 2 horse in second.
Right.
So you got that finishes in that order. You hit the exacta. If you box them, you can have either one of them coming first and second, and you still win the bet. It costs more, but you still win the same kind of money.
Right.
Some of the little smaller tracks might do a little bit different if you box it.
Right.
But the trifectas, first, second, and third. Superfectas are first, second, third, and fourth.
And that's guessing the order of
yeah.
I got you.
So not guessing is
handicapping.
Handicapping.
Gotcha.
And then you have your pick. You have your daily doubles, one horse to the next horse.
So what's this parlay stuff?
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so you got your the daily double goes from one race to another one.
Gotcha.
Pick 3 is pick 3 winners in each race for 3 races.
Right.
Pick 4, pick 5, and pick 6 is the hard one.
I
don't play 6s.
That's a lotto.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, dude, I've talked to big time handicappers and horse players that sit down and they will look at that form for 2 hours and then read. That's why, like, a lot of times I've stopped playing because I don't have the time to research. Right. And there's other things I had going on in my life, and I had to chill out for a minute,
right?
Because I need to get straight on them. But I will tell you this much:
tell us this much.
Breeders' Cup is coming.
Yeah, I mean,
the 1st and 2nd of November.
How much you spending?
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing about me with that. I don't put down big money. I put down little money to win big money.
Well, you've been doing this for a minute.
No, I love it. It's fun.
Yeah, it's like a
and
side hustle.
I'm going to tell you something about horse racing. And I hope people can relate what I'm saying because I'm going to be very sincere what I'm saying. I remember years ago, talked to my buddy, told him I liked this horse, and it was 25 to 1. It was coming down the hill, the turf. I didn't put the bet in. It won. And I sat back and looked, and I said, "You got a problem with your intuition."
Yeah.
And that's some real. And when I thought about that intuition, I thought about my life.
Yeah.
And the strongest thing that we have is our intuition that we don't use enough. And you got to go with your intuition. Yeah. And sometimes we don't. That's when it screws us in life, and we have to figure it out. And it's funny. I learned that. It was years ago, bro. Years ago. Like I've learned so much from that. Just going there, and it to me, it's just like, for me, it's my place where I can just relax and breathe. I don't feel like I'm in LA. I'm away. It's beautiful. You know, you have fun, have some good food,
right?
And you just find out what's going on with your life. Sometimes I always go there. I mean, I think everybody if I don't go back to Salinas or up to Salinas to clear my head to go see my people, I'll go there to clear my head. But you know, I mean, there's other things I need to do to clear my head. I mean, I need to travel more as we do, and like that's the thing. I could go watch horse racing anywhere in the world. Yeah. You know, so
that's so funny, dude. Yeah. Salinas, we can tell you just got back.
No, I just got back, baby. I loved it. I had so much fun when I went home.
He just got back.
I just got back. Everybody can tell when I got back because I got cut up by JT Johnny Toscano. Shout out to you too, bro.
Right, AKA, I think what Joe just said, what she's eloquently said. Trust your gut, right?
Yeah, I think you have to do it in life.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a superpower. It really is, you know.
And I think sometimes people don't, and it can get you in trouble because you have your intuition, your heart, and your mind.
Yeah.
And the mind always gets involved with everything else. That's why, you know, breathing exercises. I mean, there's a lot of things I'm going to try to change with my growth and where I've been. You know, the last month, what I had going on, the last couple of weeks or like 6 weeks, if you want to put it. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've discussed vibrations before, me and you, and it's a real thing, dude.
No, it is.
Like that, you know, like a lot of people that meditate and breathe heavy and stuff to get their heart race up, and they, you know, it's a vibration that they get to, and that's just a fact of people that are, you know, a little more successful in life, healthier, a lot of things. So.
Well, I mean, it's exercise, you know, and after losing, you know, my exercise buddy, you know, rest in peace to my dog Howie. I mean, it really screwed up routines because it was my exercise. I would do that and lift a little bit. I would eat better. I was up and moving around. And now I have to figure out where I'm going to grow from that and how I'm going to change because now the grieving's still there, but it's the big part's over. So now the growth starts.
Bro, we both slimmed down a lot.
Nah, bro.
And you slimmed down a lot,
I went back up again.
I know you want to. I know you have a goal.
I
know you have a goal. But
no, I know I need
still,
to just chill. I get you. No, I get you.
You know,
I get you.
Don't give up.
Now let me go ahead and ask you a question because we had a deep conversation the other night.
Sure.
About some deep shit that came out of your mouth, and I hope you know which one I'm talking about.
I don't.
Oh, you got to get the fuck out of here.
You got to tell me.
You want to tell me? No, hold on. Okay, remember you were talking about.
We've talked about so much in the last 72 hours.
True. No, not 72 hours. This was like a week. That was about a week ago.
Okay.
If you had money now and you were good in the afterlife.
Oh, yeah.
I want you to explain that
okay,
one.
Yeah.
This is some deep, rooted shit Lance was talking.
I'm glad you remembered that.
Yeah.
So basically I posed the question to Joe. And I love this, dude. I love you. Let's do this. I posed the question to Joe that
this is a good one, Mark.
Would you rather sacrifice the afterlife and being abundantly, you know, making it to an afterlife where you actually, your soul has somewhere to go, or be rich on the earth, right? And what is more, you know, important? And I know I don't want to get into, it's not religious, it's just honest. Like, so a lot of people I feel like get blessed why they're here, right? And then a lot of those people that aren't blessed why they're here, like think about humans as a whole, dude. Like so many people are in such terrible positions, and then so many other people like us are able to, you know, carry out their dreams and actually live something. So that my question was would you rather be rich in life or rich in the afterlife, basically? So that's what we discussed, yeah.
And I couldn't come to the conclusion.
You came up with something now?
Yeah, and I think
let's hear it.
I think the afterlife, maybe.
I hear you.
What do you mean by rich in the afterlife?
So I mean like
flourishing,
like
kind of, or like
making it there and you know, actually achieving, you know, what, because I mean, if we're breaking it down, you know, the afterlife would be actually making it to the afterlife where it's somewhere our soul goes, and if you believe in God or Allah or a higher being or whatever, you know, it's the same stories of, you know, no pain, no suffering, no, you know, no issues like that. You don't have to worry about money, and so it's basically just the option of our soul having somewhere to go versus on earth being rich financially, mentally, spiritually, but not having anywhere to go in the afterlife. That's what I mean. Yeah,
it's deep, isn't it?
It's very deep.
I know.
I mean, what's your take on it?
So if you guarantee,
right, exactly.
if you guarantee
obviously
the success in the afterlife, then I would go there.
Yeah. 'Cause that's eternal, right?
Yeah.
Versus our short lives on earth.
Yeah. But yeah, it's tricky based on being on earth, because would that mean that if you're rich in the afterlife, successful in the afterlife, does that mean that you're not successful?
Yeah, that's what
what he means.
Yeah, like
so where on the poverty line are you? like is it bad?
I mean,
so true. I just looking at all human beings. Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
Exactly.
Like, just traveling up north and coming back and stopping, because I never got to stop. It was always that how we were a dog in the back seat, and stopping a little bit, and sit down and have a meal by myself was fun. But to do that observation when you see people, and like what's their journey and what are they doing, like you just talked about the levels of class and seeing how people are. I mean, dude, there's assholes at every level of society,
every race, everything,
and there's good people at every level, and what made them what they are, and why are they what? I mean, I've always been very intrigued by that. Like I just look at that and like, how do you come the way? Why do we judge so much? Why do we do this? Why do and you look at it and it's like, why? Yeah. And no one has the answer.
Nobody. As a human, you should be asking yourself those questions for sure.
Right.
It's crazy that we could even ask ourselves. Like consciousness is fucking crazy.
Where does it go? It's got to go somewhere, bro. This shit just doesn't. I wanted to say too, I love that, dude, because I mean, being by yourself, dude, like you see, I posted something the other day, like where, being by yourself, man, and taking that alone time and like enjoying stuff, like we always talk about like this generation, and we're kind of victims of it too, because the business we're in. But this generation would rather take a picture of what they're doing and video it than take it in, and see it with their eyes and keep it in their memory bank. And, the old generations, that's all they had.
And it was, dude, because they got, dude, can you imagine their camera rolls?
Yeah, exactly.
So check this out. And I think there was maybe even like a Black Mirror similar to this. But do you think in the future that based on what we're able to wear, or like a contact lens or something, where you can actually experience it and you don't have to have your phone out and you still are able to record everything that's going on to then be able to look at later, that will actually allow us to do both?
That's crazy.
Because there is something important about being able to look back at those videos and like, wow, and reminisce.
Yeah.
But at the expense of losing the experience in the moment, it kind of sucks. So if you could do both by just
that's crazy.
Mastermind context.
Look, it's so funny, dude. If the human mind can think of it, it can achieve it. Yeah. That is 100% gonna be, something that's gonna be available to people.
Right.
And I mean, society's gonna keep growing. Smarter people are gonna get smarter, and they're gonna come up with more and more. AI is going to be a factor.
Well, hold on. This AI, I know, but this shit they did at the damn Charger game. I don't know if you guys saw this.
I did.
Okay, they got damn mannequin robots in the stand. That shit is too weird for me. I don't want to see it. It has no.
What was the purpose?
I think they were promoting a movie.
They were.
It just looked no. I don't want to.
It was
go
like
that
a humanoid,
route.
right? And so it like had like robot tendencies through the back of their head, and then a human face. Have you seen the robots that are in sports?
Yeah.
Like, did you see the power slapping robot?
Oh.
So this guy faced off against, power slapping, and it's the new wave. People stand across from each other, hold a bar behind their back, and then you slap each other in the face, and the person gets knocked out or falls. They have actual robot that a guy competed against, got knocked out, obviously, and the robot actually did a celebration after, and like this looked so human-like. I mean, it looked like a player on Madden. It's unbelievable, man, and it's gonna be a part of our future.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what thing about our future I witnessed when I went to the wharf with my parents back home, Monterey Wharf, and I'm gonna tell you the thing I didn't like. So,
hold on, not to cut you off. What's that?
What, the wharf?
Yeah,
you never been to a wharf?
Never. Oh, what is it?
It's like a pier. Same thing.
Okay.
They call it the wharf there because they actually have boats going in and out, and they have you can go out and see the whales and shit.
Gotcha.
Much of lettuce.
My point
is,
there's no lettuce. It's Monterey. I mean, the fields are over in the Salinas, bro. Come on.
And we can bleep this bunch of Coke and lettuce.
This fucking guy over here. So my mom, my parents are older, just like everyone else's. And,
sorry.
No, you're good. And we all get set in the ways, but to go and like the park there's no one to take a ticket anymore. They want you to go.
Oh, yeah.
But no, the thing is, so you put your license plate number in, and then you use a card. So now that is together.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, they want to know everything going on, and I'm.
Do you know what's going on in China?
It's crazy.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit about
and,
this.
And this has been going on for a minute. This is a big thing, like one of the films that we wrote about. So in China, they can scan you based on all the cameras everywhere. So if you're jaywalking, they know who you are. They have your bank information, and you'll get a ticket, and they'll take the money right out of your account, and they'll lower your social score, so you can't move out of the city or you can't get certain things.
That's the shit I'm worried about.
Exactly, it could be brought here. Like all this stuff, the advancements, and that's why people are fighting. That's people are going on strike about certain things.
Yeah. Do you see what they do with the kids in there in China? I mean, they have to wear AI helmets, and it's no more. They actually they get their school lesson on it. It's a screen in front of their face. Like, yeah, check it out, dude. It's a whole ordeal. Like all the kids, it measures their heartbeat, and it's just like a babysitter. You know, like they're trying to let. AI teach the children pretty much.
No.
Getting tricky out here.
No. I mean, the thing is, they're trying to get rid of cash already. Everybody can see this shit going on.
Yeah,
and I'm just done with that whole damn noise, bro.
It makes sense, but I get where you're coming from. But it does.
They want to see everything we do.
Yeah, I know, but it's inevitable.
I mean, could you imagine what the script is in the government?
It's inevitable. That's funny. He said the script in the government.
Of course I did. There's a script everywhere.
Everywhere you go.
That's why we're flying off the damn
NFL.
Thing. Oh, Tom Brady came out. You saw that, right?
I did.
You saw what he said, right?
What did he say?
I did.
He said there's no script. He goes, "You think I would lose to Eli twice?"
Yeah.
He came out and talked about that. So
of course.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, but you're a firm believer in that.
Hey, no, hold on now. I mean, it's always up for. I just talked about. I mean, I'm not a firm. Let me just put it this way.
Let's hear it.
If they came out one day and it said it happened, I wouldn't be like, "Oh my God, really?"
Yep.
No, I mean, of course. Agree. I mean, I could see it.
Yeah.
If there is a script, then the Raiders just don't have a great writer.
Well, I think that the NFL's got better.
Same writer as Detroit, but
I think it's about this.
I have a friend that he talks
whoever
about
pays the most.
You remember what Manny used to say?
What did he say?
The NFL's got better writers than HBO.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough, dude. I mean, it's hard not to. And NBA, there's so much money invested into this and wrapped up in it, billions of dollars, bro.
Oh no,
so
for
come
sure.
on, man. Somebody's gonna have their thumb on it, be controlling.
everybody got a price.
Yeah, facts. They do.
Do you think everybody's got a price?
Everybody got a price.
Everybody.
What's your price to sell out?
Your whole business.
Same amount as Katy Perry just sold her catalog for. Was that 250 million?
250 million.
250 million.
Yeah, that's my price.
Yeah.
Whatever.
250 million, huh?
Hey.
I've already turned down a lot of
No,
money.
I know you have. I know you have.
Yeah.
I know you have. I think we all turned down opportunities in here. You know?
And I'm sure we've all went for opportunities that didn't work out.
Right.
So you live and you learn.
No,
and
I mean,
it's an L, it's a
yeah.
lump. But you grow from it. That's growth is what you guys know. And if you don't know, Joe is about growth, and he's growing a lot.
That's right, man.
That's big time.
You got to grow. I mean, and the thing is, when I went back home, I always say back. So when I went up north, where I'm from, so my dear friend Carlos Gonzalez, he has ALS, and he's fighting this disease.
Gotcha.
And it was his class's 30-year reunion. What they decided to do is invite the other classes, so that's why we all went.
Yeah.
And
that's really cool.
Yeah, it was fun, and to have conversations with people. Dude, I had so much fun and saw so many people. I'm saying there was so much shit talking on this class. But if you go back to when I was in high school to see that picture, because they were all laughing and everyone's laughing, but dude, like
they were living.
They were living.
There you go. Da-da-da-da.
But we were. What
I'm saying, if anybody back then doesn't, if you haven't grown from 2 days ago. What are you doing with your life? Like back then, I've talked about this before, dude. I'm not even close to the same person,
Right.
and people still look back at that shit.
Yeah.
Stop looking in the past. I'm looking about tomorrow.
Right.
I'm just hoping I get up in the morning and can go on and enjoy another day on this earth.
Big time.
You know, what I mean, and we sit here and we deal with petty shit all the time that needs to. bro, just love each other. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I love that. That's why I feel the same way, dude.
I mean, I think, you know, before we've talked about what would you change, I used to ask, you know, people, what's one thing you would change in the world?
I think we still can,
no,
exactly. We're still rocking with that.
And
I love that
I
question.
think no one ever asked me the question. It would be disease.
Well, how about this? Ooh. How about this?
Disease.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Joe, why don't you take your drink? He's hydrating.
Yeah.
You hear the gulp. If you could change one thing in the world, if you could change one thing in the world, what would it be?
Disease, and one specific one, cancer.
Cancer.
You know, I think.
Why?
Because it's just such a terrible thing to see human beings go through it. You know, it's a slow death.
It is.
And then you look at some things over the world, you know, sometimes it's hard for me to comprehend that. I believe there's cures for
Do you think, I was going to ask you, do you think there's a cure for cancer?
I think it comes about the money.
And they've already invested all the money in all the equipment, health equipment. So,
you know,
I mean,
and they're getting better with things, but if you look at it, it's just so sad.
It is. And it eats your body inside out.
Yeah,
it
you
does.
brought up the right word. Eat. People are eating the wrong things that are.
See, that's what it really comes down to.
It
and
really
I know
does.
Mark is getting his health in check on something.
Yeah,
and
for
congrats to you on everything and getting with the psoriasis and everything. I'm really proud of you, what you've been doing. But, dude, I mean, it's the truth, bro. I mean, you got to remember, dude, I mean, I'm older than you guys a little bit. And back in the day, dude, it was just like little things. Like if you went to like fast food, I mean, it was actually real patties. And now you look at it and you don't know what the hell's in it.
Lab meat.
And it's that whole wheat. All the wheat just inflames the shit out of you, bro. And everything. And it's just, why are we lying to people? But the word is starting to get out that you have to eat better shit.
Because social media allows people to actually talk about this.
That's one thing about what social media is good about. Because other than that, I mean, dude, you know when you eat something. You know what's up, bro. I mean, just back in the day, milk was good, but now look at there's so much bleach now. Who knows what other shit in there?
Yeah, well, and plus 90% of diet is what you eat. You know, so if you are losing weight, it's control, it's portion control, and watching what you put in your body. So why wouldn't you do that all the time? But as humans, it's love.
Plus, we got taste buds,
right?
I've been eating for my taste buds for fucking 37 years, and now I'm like. We had a good run.
Yeah, we had a good run. Chicken and rice. Now, I mean, I don't know what you eat, but I feel, dude, the same. Like, like I'll splurge every once in a while, and I'll do like, some Taco Bell or some, something that's not, good, but just for that taste, right? Yeah, for sure, dude. I know. We already know that. That runs right through.
No, I don't mess with no Taco Bell, bro.
Bro, I know you always get on me, but I think talking about
shit is
shitting is funny, dude.
He loves it. I talked to him earlier today. He goes, "You're at the Bell." I go, "Here we go." Fucking story. Lance has got more upset stomach stories, or he ate there and he got the shits, or this or that, and dude. I got a friend about, that Steve knows. Actually, everybody knows it. My boy, he talks about all the time. If you ask him about a place, he goes, "It's all right. It's bomb, or it sucks ass."
Yeah, bro. You gotta watch, man. I'm telling you, you go to some fucked up place.
Yeah, for sure.
You're gonna be fucked up for a couple days, and and don't catch food poisoning. That's why I'm always cautious, for sure. If I have a bad experience, it's over. Oh. That's why I like what Steve says. That's dope.
It's dope.
It's dope as hell what he says. I did have something I wanted to talk about too when you brought it up. You know how cool it is that you actually have a high school reunion and people that come back. Like that concept is pretty awesome, right?
It is, and I'm going to tell you what.
After years coming back together,
there was one individual.
Have you ever been to your high school reunion?
So I went to my 10th, which was 10 years ago. We were supposed to have a 20th. However, a friend of mine, they were setting it up, and I think they overshot like what people's budget was for something like this. Yeah. So they wanted to make it this like amazing event in downtown Detroit and pull out all the stops. Right. Really cool event. But then most people were like, "Nah, I ain't fucking paying that." Yeah. But
how much was it?
I think it was like maybe like $100 a ticket, $150 a ticket, or something like that. All inclusive or something, but it was just a little bit, people got pricey, kids and stuff. Yeah, so I was down to fly back, and we were like planning for it. But when I went to the 10-year reunion, my favorite part, one of my friends in drama class, this Albanian dude, barely spoke any English. And I would put him in everything, and we made him like cool. We would always wear this shirt that said Jupe, so we called him Jupe.
Yeah, right. Jupe.
And we got to see him. His name was Irvin Prifty. He's still a good friend of mine now on Facebook and stuff. But we got to have a full conversation, and he talked about, man, thanks for like bringing us on, like to make him one of the, because he was great. We weren't doing it to make him cool. We're just because he was cool.
He was cool,
and it was great to have those conversations and now see how much he's evolved from just coming here from Albania to now having a full conversation and like life and family. It's like, damn, it's crazy.
That is crazy. Yeah, you were saying about the high school.
So like I said, like I knew a lot of these dudes because like they were, ahead of me, and I talked to all the old football night, and like if they were gonna get in the playoffs, which they got gypped out of, they were gonna bring all the sophomores up. Like we were all they were naming names. It was me and a couple other cats.
You've been to 10, 20?
No. This is the first one I ever went to, and it wasn't even my class.
Oh wow!
Like last time I
crashed the party.
Well, kind of. Well, I was invited. I was invited by the Mercados.
Gotcha.
So, I didn't go to my 20. I think everyone, we kicked it at the bar the night before, and someone reached out. There was like 20 of us. We weren't going. But this one, like I said, I haven't seen some people on this one dude, bro. I ain't gonna just put his name out, but I never met a more self-centered individual in my damn life, bro.
After 30 years?
And he was nothing like that before. And dude, he was on everyone's last number I was around him. He just sat there. I'm doing this and da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm just sitting here looking. I go, I can't take this, dude. Because I hung out with him the night before we went to the actual reunion. And I left early because it was just too much, bro. It was just little shit. Like, if you come to someone's place and he had Taco Bell, he just brought it for himself. He didn't bring, he didn't think about everybody else he hasn't seen.
So he brought food and ate it on his own.
This is something
that's underlined, underwritten rule. You do not do that.
It's like when I went over there, I told him what I was going to drink. I bought a 12-pack of Modelo.
Of course.
I left it there, whatever.
Right.
I don't care. That's what you do.
That's what you do.
I mean, it just hearing it. Then he did this grand entry, and then my one boy I was with, and I'm really tight with, like, he played quarterback our junior year, and I played center and guard. Like, we were tight. Like,
right. Of course.
And he goes up to me and goes, "Who are you?" And he goes, "I don't know who you are." My boy, he ain't no one to fuck with, dog.
That's
funny. And it's just.
So he G-checked him?
Not really. He didn't really. It wasn't that kind of. But just the audacity. Like, bro, who are you? Or really? So now you come back and want to think you're this, and he was the only one that wasn't humble.
He probably had practiced that in the mirror a million times before he got there. I'm gonna show these guys that I'm no loser anymore. That's how it goes. And I went to one, and it was a 10-year, and it was it was interesting.
10s aren't the good ones. You got to go to the later ones because what they do over there, I mean, and when you get over a certain year, it's like all classes that are close.
Well, what's so funny is that it was the same group of people that pretty much ran the high school, ran that too. It's like you guys, that was your position, and they stayed in Lansing, and they and they ran the reunion, and it just reminds you of high school all over again, right? It's hilarious, dude.
I know, it was fun, man. I mean, like I said, I really enjoyed it, and like I said, there were so many people I haven't seen in years, and I had a really good time, dude. So it was fun.
I feel that, man. I wanted to kind of get on something, but what do you want to talk about, man? There's something you got to say?
I always got a lot to say, bro. I mean, I think now, I think with everything going on in sports, I just think it's so strange how the NFL's been the first couple weeks in the upsets and the back and forth. And that's why I tell everybody, and I saw a friend earlier today at lunch, and I was talking to him, and I know he bets a lot.
Yeah.
A wise man told me, you don't bet until week 4. week 5, and that's why, because this is going to get real interesting, because now you got some teams that aren't supposed to be 0-2 that are 0-2. Mm-hmm. You got some people that are 2-0, and then you got people that haven't won a game. I mean, look at the Bengals.
Yeah. That's a good point, man.
I mean, the Chiefs are one of them. I can go down and just look at everything. The Niners look great. I mean, the Bills look decent, I guess you could say, whatever. I mean, the Jets, even to be 1-on-1, what after it happened to them. I mean, look at the boys. Right. Look at them Cowboys, bro. I mean, they firing on all cylinders, but I know how you feel about that. So,
well, I that's why I was like, let me get you back, because I know you want to discuss that right there. I think it all just drives back to, we gotta let it play. But I mean, for the fantasy football,
I just think now
they're on that right now.
Yeah, no, but I just think it's so funny. Like, everyone gets excited over week 1. Like, dude, give it a minute. Just let's see what happens. I mean, it goes by quarters. And that's what I'm saying. If, we get to the halfway point and the Raiders still only have one win, you better chop them.
Let me ask you this then. So we talked about it a little bit in the beginning. How often do you, all right, so really, seriously, how often do you support your Raiders before the 4 to 8 game mark? Because I've never one year heard you say that, the Raiders are going to.
Well, 16 I was on 16. 16 was with it. I think
Carr's year where he was
16 I was with it. I mean, hey man, like I just want them to, I'm not overshooting anything.
Right.
I told someone after week 1, well, hey, the Raiders won a game, they're not going to go 0-17. I won my fantasy game, I'm going to win that. That's not going to happen because you don't want goose eggs. But I just, Pittsburgh, they got this weekend. And that's going to be interesting because
Pittsburgh is playing fantastic football.
No, they did well. Their defense looks good, and that's the thing. That's just I'm getting interested to see what game plans because you sit back and you look as a fan that the game, and they're having the same problems with that offensive line. Like I said before, that we were like when Gruden was there still.
Well, I'll bring up the elephant in the room, and our Patriots are 0-2 for the first time.
I didn't mention that. See, I wanted him to say something.
There we go. So I'll say it. 0-2 for the first time since 2011, I think. That's a cool stat, even though it sucks.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, of course.
It just shows and I take, Joe, I'm a good sport about it. We were good for a long time.
There's that we word.
We were, okay. He doesn't want me to say
that we word.
Got you.
I love that. I love messing with people.
I know he does. That's your favorite thing. The Patriots were good for a long time. So, I take the wins with the losses, dude. Yeah. And that's everything in life, right? Right. That's how you rock.
No, that's how you always go. You just keep on grinding, keep on moving, keep on, keep your head on the swivel. See what's going on. So, what you got, Mark?
What do I got?
I know. Damn, he just put Mark on the spot right now.
I like fucking with Mark.
I have a list. Stand by. I have one final question for you.
Oh God.
If you could,
if you could, you can.
I'm gonna give you guys rapid fire.
All right,
you guys ready?
I'm with that. I like that.
Yeah,
that's
like
cool.
that
okay. I love how they put Mark on the spot like that.
I think I'm not prepared.
He's ready, boy.
He's ready.
All right, here you go. What inspired you to start following sports in the first place?
You're first. I'll go second.
And this is rapid fire.
Let's do it quick.
Growing up, my dad got me into sports, so that's how I started following it. I was playing baseball, football, basketball at young ages, and just kept going with it.
Yeah, I think rapid fire playing sports.
Yeah. Okay. Who is your all-time favorite athlete?
Fuck. Bo Jackson.
You go Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
I go Michael Jordan.
All right. Can you recall your most memorable moment as a sports fan?
And not my team. I love the Patriots winning Super Bowls, but I'll be quick. LeBron James coming back from the 3-0 deficit and beating the Golden State Warriors. That was so dope to me.
Kirk Gibson home run.
Ooh, I just got chills. But it's kind of
home run.
It's kind of cold in here.
That day was the craziest shit I've ever seen.
What do you think is the most exciting sport to watch?
Exciting.
Ponies.
Live?
Ponies?
Live?
Yeah.
Soccer. Football. Have you ever been to a live soccer game?
Hockey is pretty cool.
Yeah, hockey's good too.
Especially in the playoffs.
Live.
If you get a good seat at a soccer game, that shit's lit, bro.
Yeah. If it's live, definitely one of those.
Football's
but on
fun, but you
TV,
gotta have a good
football,
seat.
obviously, on TV, football and basketball is prime.
All right.
We gotta be rapid fire, right?
Yeah.
It's not exactly rapid fire.
This is like mid.
Right?
This is like,
This is fun though.
If you could attend any sporting event in history, which one?
In history?
In history.
That's a good one. I'd like to go to that Oakland Raiders, New England Patriots tuck rule game.
Would. Probably the 83 Raiders Super Bowl when they won.
Oh.
Or the Kentucky Derby.
What about Game 6 in Utah when Jordan hit that shot over Brian Russell?
Yeah.
Who are the top 3 athletes you'd invite to your dream dinner party? Dead or alive?
I think we got to put our number one, the guys we said So Jordan, I would invite Prime. I think Jordan. I think Prime is a dope, would be a dope combo, and I would probably put King Griffey Jr. on there.
Shaq.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
Howie Long.
Oh,
and probably Charles Barkley.
That's you see that was well thought. Yeah. Charles Barkley.
That'd be a hell of a fucking dinner.
Fuck, dude. You know what? I wish I could get John Daly would be fun. Fuck.
What if I went Jackie Robinson, Jesse Owens?
There you go. That'd be fucking crazy.
You know, like old school. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
All right, we'll end with this one. What's the funniest sports blooper or moment that still makes you laugh?
The ball that was hit off of Canseco's head.
I'll go the butt pass by Jets. Mark Sanchez. Yeah, the butt fumble. I think they call it. Yeah, that was hilarious.
When's Mark Sanchez gonna come back? Maybe he play quarterback for the Jets.
He should take your advice that you had for Zach Wilson. This guy should be an actor.
There you go.
I mean,
hey, Mark Sanchez would be a good one for
He'd be a good actor. I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
We definitely went off the script there.
We did, man.
For sure.
So. Definitely, man. Off the Script podcast on Instagram. That's all going to be there, guys. Go ahead and follow it if you want more content like this and you're enjoying yourself. We'll be here every week, right?
Every week, yeah.
Every week, baby.
New platform. So
it's all good, and it's going to be a fantastic ride.
No, we're going to have a lot of fun.
For sure, man.
We're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, so you want to shout them out where they can find you, Joe?
The Real Joe Rosati on the gram.
On
that's
Insta.
where I'm going to be on the Instagram.
For sure.
So.
I am _illson on Insta, and then it will be Off the Script podcast on Instagram and YouTube. So follow more content there, right?
Yep.
Cool, man.
See you soon. You guys all be good. Thank you for your time.
Let's go. We just gotta go hard.